I'm so sorry about what you're about to watch. In my defense, I was watching SlopTube when I wrote this script. Recently, I've been going down the disturbing stories rabbit hole in YouTube, binging videos from channels like Snook and T6. And I think it's time for me to contribute to this ecosystem. Now, let's get the warnings out of the way. Despite the claims of a certain someone, there are games, just not the kind you want. Back in the day, in ancient times, if you wanted to see horrors beyond your comprehension, you'd have to, travel to Britain. But with the invention of the internet, man-made horrors are at your fingertips. Speaking of man-made horrors, this Iceberg was made by me personally, and that is a mistake I will never repeat. It focuses on the weird and the disturbing. So get your vomit buckets ready and let's make some trauma. Layer 1. Just a tip. Everyone knows these ones. Number 1. No mercy. Okay, you saw this one coming. Unlike the women in this game. And I use the term game loosely because this is a VN or a visual novel for those of you that do have a life. Developed and published by Xerac Games, the game faced public backlash for having content that we will call NCC or no consent cuddling for the sake of the video. It was made in Ren'Py engine, which is not a surprise. Ren'Py game is horrible, what else is new? The devs responded to the backlash saying don't shame people's kinks, and I quote, it's not hurting anyone. Shortly after, the devs took down the game themselves. Number 2. PETA games. Not being content with mass euthanizing the pets they rescued, PETA has on many occasions dipped their toes in game development. These games are full of disturbing visuals, gore, and straight up beginner tier art. PETA games include original games like Meat Has Murdered the Game and Bunny Raiders. Wait, playable on PlayStation 5? What? And some parody games like Super Tofu Boy and Pokemon Red, White and Blue, which disappointingly doesn't have an AR-15 wielding Pikachu. But I guess Palworld exists. Number 3. Eversion. Eversion is a nice and cute platformer game with nothing going on underneath. Don't look too deep. Number 4. Manhunt. Manhunt is a controversial and popular game in which you stalk people and kill them in many graphic ways. It was made by Rockstar North and published by our very own Rockstar Game. It has a sequel too. Number 5. Hatred. In Hatred, you play as the average Discord mod's power fantasy self-insert, a character that hates humanity and goes around shooting up places. Good old America. Number 6. Postal. Oh look, Erkan Drary incarnated as a video game. I didn't know we had that option. Layer 2. Under the Sea. Number 1. Kyo's Human Adventure. Kyo's Human Adventure or Kyo's Adventure is a Chinese horror game where you play as a schoolgirl in an alternate reality full of weird meat creatures and blood. In this game you have to find your way back to your reality before Dio achieves heaven and... wait, wrong reality, sorry. Number 2. Beautiful Escape Dungeoneer. In this game you play as someone they call a dungeoneer. We call them psychopaths. There are 2 phases to this game. Phase 1, where you go out and find a victim in a, and I quote, dating sim style system. In the second phase, you design a maze of traps to torture them, leaving them broken but alive. Number 3. Don't take this risk. It turns out the true horror was human interaction all along. In Don't Take This Risk, you play as someone that gets a call from a guy that was trying to call the Sudoku hotline, and now you have to defuse this situation. You know, it kind of feels bad having to censor things like this, but it's YouTube, what you gonna do? Number 4. Super Columbine Massacre and VTech Rampage. Super Columbine was released in 2005 after the tragedy of the same name in 1999. It depicts the events of the shooting and places you in the position of the gunman that did it. It wasn't received well, to say the least, but after a time, some people warmed up to it, saying it raises awareness about the subject. VTech Rampage, on the other hand, is not trying to raise awareness, but it is in fact trying to be as offensive as possible. Number 5. Corpse Party. In Corpse Party, the main one, we'll get to what that means in a second, you play as a group of schoolgirls that perform a ritual thinking it's a friendship ritual, only to end up in an alternate dimension, containing excessive amounts of blood, gore, intense violence, and a lot of implications. Corpse Party is a masochist horror fan's dream game. Corpse Party has many different versions, remakes, and sequels, all of them being pretty fucked up. Number 6. Dark Seed. Being an ancient point-and-click game from 1992, Dark Seed has an entire world called Dark World that is based on the artworks of H.R. Geiger, the guy that made Xenomorph. I rest my case. If you don't find that disturbing, then I think I know what you search in Rule 34. Player 3. Bottom of the Iceberg. You know, earlier I told you to get your vomit buckets ready? It's time to put them to use. Number 1. Chiller. Chiller is an arcade game where the entire point of the game is to torture NPCs. It looked like this, and being an arcade game, it wasn't really long or complicated, it was just straight up torture entertainment. Number 2. Sad Satan. Allegedly a dark web horror game, Sad Satan contained real life gore and actual images of men retired from life. The original game is lost to this day, but many pretenders claim its putrid throne. Number 3. Polybius. Diving deeper into urban legends, Polybius was an arcade game that allegedly caused night terrors, seizures, and hallucinations. Some people even reported that men in black would periodically come and collect data from the arcade machine. Layer 4. Past the Iceberg. Hey people, it's the next day. Actually, it's 2 days later, because OBS keeps muting my microphone. This is your last warning. Stuff in this part of the video contains heavy and serious topics. Children. It involves children. You've been warned. First game in this layer, LonaRPG. LonaRPG is a hardcore survival action-adventure role-playing game. Being an even more extreme version of a Fear and Hunger style game, which is a sentence no one thought possible. In this game you play as, can you guess? Lona, in a world full of cruelty and violence. This game contains gore, violence, and exploitation of both sexual and non-sexual nature. There's no good endings here, just delayed bad endings. In the itch.io page of this game, the developer notes that this is not for the faint of heart, which is an understatement to say the least, but this game pales in comparison to the next one, and that is BlackMarket. In this game you become the head of a shady business. You manage and run a, let's say, love hotel. You hire and put girls to work. In the store page that this game is sold on, it states that the girls can catch diseases, get pregnant, and give birth. Give birth to the children that you can put in the care of a nanny, which then grow up so that you can put them to work, doing the same shady, dirty shit. What is worse is what's in the DLC of this game. Now take what I'm going to say here with a grain of salt because I am not 100% sure on this. I'm not going to fact check it, and I suggest you don't either because you might end up on a list. Everything I'm saying is based off of the store page of this game and some sources that are shady at best. So it might be wrong, and I don't care. So what does this DLC do? This DLC adds some monsters into this game that you can put in your basement. And you can put some of these girls that work for you into the rooms in the basement and give them to the monsters. And if you watched Goblin Slayer, you might have an idea what happens. And as if that's not fucked up enough, you can give these monsters children. This is being sold out in the open. Now let me remind you that this is not a dark web bullshit. This is being sold on the surface web on a popular and public website. And the last, and by far the worst, motorhome. Now I tried to write some script for this game as well, but I can't really come up with something. So I'm going to just, throw some word vomit at you and hope you just are okay with it. If you're not, I don't really care. So what is this game about? In Motorhome, you play as a deadbeat dad that has a lot of debt to the not the government, to the mafia, but they're the same thing, but whatever. You play as a deadbeat dad that has a lot of debt to the mafia. The mafia comes to collect its debt, and you don't have the money, but you have a daughter. So the mafia suggests you live stream the daughter, and these live streams contain a lot of things that are illegal. And this is not a case of oh yeah, this anime has a lolly that's like 1,000 years old. They're not even trying to excuse it. This is just straight up cyberpunk abbreviated. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, right? They're not even trying to hide it. They're not excusing it. This is just straight up The Thing. I don't know how this game exists, let alone is sold. This is a good time to say that do not harass anyone. I have to legally say that. Do not harass any developers of any of these games. Like, subscribe. Do not make games like these, please. Don't play games like these. Don't buy games like these. Don't host the sale of games like these on your website. Just be nice to each other. Subscribe and leave a like. It's free. It's not like YouTube's gonna recommend my videos anyways. Have a good